everyone, it's Sharon here. I'm so sorry I haven't done a video for so long, but it's been a bit crazy for the last few months since I started doing TV shows for Sizzix. So all my kind of usual stuff has gone out the window a little bit. So I thought I would just put aside a bit of time to do a quick video. This is the flower cluster die set, and it's a die that I had on some shows over Christmas, and it's got this beautiful large flower die that has an outline die as well, so you can either cut it into the card front or as a separate thing. And then it has these two smaller dies, which is a little flower and leaf. And when I did the shows on Hochanda, I did one card using the large die, and then it sold out. So I didn't get to do the rest of the demos. I had a couple more demos prepared for this set because I really liked it myself. So I thought I will just make a video of that demo so that you still get to see it. So I've cut a piece of patterned wood grain card that fits exactly on my card front, and this card is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I've cut a piece of craft card. This is 4 1/4 across, and then it's about 2 inches deep, I think. And I'm just going to stick that with double-sided tape along the bottom of the card. And then I'm going to just take a white gel pen, which is something I always do. Anyone that watches my videos a lot knows that this is kind of my thing. And this is a white Signo Uni ball pen. I find these are best for writing on craft and dark card. So I'm just going to add some faux stitching along the top and bottom, and then we can make a start with the die cutting. So I've grabbed my Big Shot and I'm just working out how best to put it on my desk so you can see it well with the camera. And I'm just deciding that sideways is probably best. And I've grabbed some, this is Flamingo cardstock from Basil. And I've got the smallest die from the Sizzix Framelit Circles die set. And I'm just die cutting a circle first. This is the perfect size to go round that flower. Because of course this flower doesn't actually cut out, it just cuts the petals into the card front. Or card piece in this case. So if I cut a circle, it will give me a lovely round flower, which I can add to my card front. And you can see all those petals lift up, which is really quite sweet and quite unusual actually. I haven't seen many dies like this. I think it's quite a clever idea. So I've just grabbed a scrap of green. You can see you only need a tiny piece, so this is great for using up all your scraps. And this leaf of course doesn't cut out, it cuts into the cardstock. So we'll tackle that in a second. I'm just going to quickly die cut another one because I want to. And then I can pop those to one side, get my machine out of the way. And it's really simple because when you look at these closely, you can see that it's actually only attached to the card. There's just a few little pieces where the cut doesn't join up, sort of thing, and that gives it that ability to lift the leaves away from the base. So you actually have just got to kind of join up those tiny little areas at the base of each leaf, and then you free it from the card. And it gives you a perfect die cut then. So I love this idea because it gives you two options for using these, which, you know, is always good because personally when I'm buying a die set, I try and think of at least 3 different ideas for using it. Then I think it's worth the investment of buying it. Because if you buy something and can only use it for one sort of idea, once you've made a few cards with that one idea, you're kind of stuck then, and it sits there and you don't use it. So I love dies like this where you've got lots of different uses for them. And with this set, of course, we're only using the little elements here. We're not even using the main die. So I think this set is really versatile. So I can just work out a rough placement and then I can stick these down. And I'm going to use a foam pad behind the flower to raise it up a little bit. And I'm using a round foam pad because that then gives me enough space behind to put the leaves. So without the foam pad getting in the way. and I'm using Cosmic Shimmer glue for the leaves, just a few dots on each of the leaves will be enough to hold that in place. And then I can add my sentiment. And I've got this fabulous stamp set from Witchcrafts, which has got a really perfect sentiment that says, "You're blooming lovely," and I thought that's quite apt. It goes really nicely with this flower. And I'm stamping this in VersaFine Onyx Black. I use this ink for all my sentiments because it really does give a crisp and quite dark black image. And as I nearly always do, I'm going to add some Wink of Stella. Because these little petals kind of lift away from the die cuts, you can lift them up to make them a bit more 3D, so I thought it'd be quite nice to give them a bit of shimmer as well. And that's my card finished. And I'll just bring back in the one that I did beforehand that you saw at the beginning of the video. They're pretty identical, but just a couple of little differences. I've used 3 leaves on the one I did previously, and of course the pattern paper is just a slightly different area of the paper. And here's a quick look at the die set again. It's the Sizzix Thinlits flower cluster, if you want to try and get hold of a copy. I'm really hoping to be back soon with some more videos. I thought if I can try and do this after each time I do some shows and share with you the things that I didn't get time to do on air, it would be quite a nice way to do some more videos because I really miss doing them. So hopefully I will be back soon. And in the meantime, keep an eye out because I'll be doing more shows on Hochanda soon. So I will see you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.